Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? I know it's normally a Tuesday night that I go live, and I will be doing a teaching live tonight, as normal, on my page at 7 p.m. So this is a little update that I wanted to share with you, because last week I invited you on my journey to Scotland to create this amazing space that I've bought and that I've managed to manifest. So I'm trying to schedule into my diary an update so that those of you that want to follow this journey can follow it, because it's a live manifestation. And I want to share things as they evolve with you so that you can experience it with me. And maybe, hi, Rebecca, great to see you. And maybe, think about that in your own life. So I am literally, having reviewed last week, coming on. Good morning, Sarah and Rachel. Lots of people on LinkedIn this morning. That's nice to see. So what's been happening last week? I reviewed the week and what had happened. So the week before last, I was on holiday. I was at the house, was having quotes done for all of the new work that is going to be happening to create this home. And this last week, what's been interesting, and I am never shocked by this, I'm always fascinated by how things happen. I had a conversation with my best friend on Friday night for a good hour. And what she said to me was, how can you be so calm when there's so much chaos with you having to move from one home, rent something while you do this huge property up, this 7-bedroom property that I've bought, and you've not got anywhere to live yet? She said, I would be panicking right now if I was you. And I said, I'm not panicking. I never panic, and I do stay calm, because I genuinely know, I don't believe, well, I do believe, but I genuinely know that what I need will show up just in time. And I had this conversation with her, and I said, look, it'll be okay, Louise, it'll be okay. Something will come up for me. I have taken aligned action by telling people what I need, and by following a process of contacting professionals. I need to find a flat for 6 months that I can live in with my dogs and with my son, whilst we do up this massive property. And there's nothing to rent. And what is to rent? Nobody wants a 6-month lease. So it's been a barrier. So when I had all the contractors in for quotes, I have literally met half of Del Beatty now. I've had all local contractors in to quote me for plumbing, electrical work, roofing, etc. I told them all I was looking for somewhere to live, and if they knew anybody or they heard of anything, to let me know. And I've just relaxed into that and thought, you know what? The universe will bring me what I need. I need to stay calm and allow the flow of life to deliver exactly what's needed for me to be able to do this in a really good way. Because if I do this in a calm way that is in the flow of life, the end result will be better. So that was Friday night. I had that conversation with Louise, my best friend. And Saturday morning at 8 a.m, I got a text from the plumber who was doing a quote for 3 new bathrooms for me. And he said, can I send you the quote in the post? And by the way, I've just completed a bathroom on a flat in Del Beatty, 4 minutes walk from your new house. And the chap there is interested in talking to you about letting you that flat. So that's that problem solved. And I didn't do anything other than have that conversation with that person as I was walking around the house with him and telling him what I wanted a quote for. That's how manifestation works. And you've got to lean into life in a really calm way and communicate with those around you what it is that you're looking for, what you need to bring towards you in order for you to be able to manifest it. That's how manifestation works. It works when you trust the process and trust the flow. So I also lean in for downloads. I'd kind of looked at the overall project and how much money that I've got to spend, because there's not an infinite amount of money. There has to be a budget attached to this, as there is with everything. And that's where my money mindset comes in. So I've got this spreadsheet with, I've got this amount for this and I've got this amount for that, and what's going to be the most expensive thing. And in there, there'll be some surprises, and what's my contingency plan. And I'd put out to the universe that, the decorator was going to be one of the biggest costs. There's 3 floors. The rooms are huge. Everything, all the paintwork needs doing. Every room needs stripping. Every room needs decorating, painting, etc. There's lots to do. All the ceilings need to be redone. There's coving everywhere. There's lots to do. So I'd got in my head, I'd looked around, and I thought, you know what? That's going to be about £7,000 just for the decorating, just for that. So yesterday I had a text off the decorator with my quote, and the quote is £7,100. I told the universe what I had for a budget, and it was delivered. And I genuinely believe that this is how I've always approached life, like this. But that's not the only thing that's happening at the moment. I've put the link for the retreats page into this live in the comments. It'll either be above or to the side, depending on where you're watching. I want you to go and have a look at the retreats page, because that was my initial, this is what I want it to look like. This is what I want the retreats to be like. This is how I'm going to decorate the rooms. This is how I want the woman to feel when she books one of those rooms. Once you've made that decision and put it out to the universe and started to put some structure to it, what happens next is your brain goes, right, I've got rid of that bit. That's what I want to do. This is how I want it to look. What's next? And you've got to be able to lean into the downloads as they happen. And it happened on Saturday morning. I was on the dog walk. And on the dog walk, I thought, it's more than that. These rooms are going to be decorated in that way. And these women are going to feel a certain way when they come to the retreats. And I'm going to make them beautiful. But it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. And I looked at the artists that I'd chosen. So if you have a look at the website and have a look at the retreats page, the rooms are going to be themed around 3 of my favorite artists, which there's a Picasso room, a Van Gogh room, and a Monet room. And what happened to my brain was that it said, it's deeper than that. You know these artists, Mandy. You've studied them. You've done a degree. You've studied these artists. And it's about creating avatars and understanding the artist. So Vincent van Gogh is like your inner critic. He was really self-critical. He destroyed lots of his art because it didn't meet his exacting standards. So during the retreats, we need to explore that inner critic, that inner Vincent. So this is what was coming to me. And your Picasso is your inner narcissist. And we all need a bit of an inner narcissist if we're going to become great marketeers with our creativity and our art. And if we're going to actually dive in and be prepared to do something completely different that's outlandish and does not fit society's current view of what art should look like. And then there's Monet, and Monet's like the inner wisdom, somebody that creates beauty and calm around them and lives in that space and is able to tap in to their inner wisdom. And so that's what came to me when I was walking the dogs on Saturday morning. So I've been busily scribbling all that down and questioning myself as how can I really make these retreats so intensive, so deep, so meaningful for the women that come along to them, that it won't be a problem for me to book them. And then this is going to be building the revenue to buy the castle that remains on my vision board. I see this property as something I'm going to really do with love and care and enjoy so much. But it is really like a practice run for something bigger, for my castle. And I am so grateful to the universe for giving me this opportunity. I've just got a morning on LinkedIn. So good morning. Hi, Stella. Oh, thank you, Stella. I'm explaining it beautifully. I'm trying to, because it's in my head. And it needs to come out. So, yeah, that's what's been happening in terms of this move. And whilst I'm doing this, my amazing photographer, Natasha Holland, is processing the before photographs that she took at the property a couple of weeks ago. So very soon I'll be sharing those photographs so you can see where it is now, and you'll be able to follow the journey of how I changed this home into something amazing. Love it. Sounds awesome. I love those artists. What women artists are you using? We're really trying to add more, the wider representation. I have, in fact, Sarah, I'm just sitting here. Okay. I have been buying, the rooms are themed around the male artists because these are artists that I have admired for their style. However, look at what I've got here. I have Scottish artists, and I've got several books coming on female artists so that we can also explore the feminine. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because there's not many female artists that are at the same levels or as easy to understand and break down as Van Gogh and Picasso and Monet. However, I'm going to be using several female artists, and those artists will be explored during the retreat. And we're going to look at that difference between the masculine and the feminine in art, and why women are not Picasso, and why women are not Van Gogh and Monet. There are so many really beautiful, really successful, really fantastic female artists out there, but it is a really small percentage. That's going to be part of the retreat as well. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. It won't be till next year that I launch the retreats. I'm going to beta test them. I'm going to seek feedback from people. Yeah, there are, but they haven't had the representation. That's exactly it, Sarah. And that's exactly what I want to change. So yeah, it's going to be a journey of a year. It's going to be next year before I launch them. I'm going to have beta testers along for the retreats. There's going to be case studies done to make sure that when I get my first paying clients on these retreats, that I deliver everything that those women need. So that's the updates for this week. I've got an Excel spreadsheet that I need to go back to that's terrifying, where you can spend £100,000 like that once you start bringing in contractors to do all this major work in an old bank that's 3 stories high and needs a lot of work to get it to where it needs to be. But that is like my blank canvas. I just finished the painting behind me for the Great Art Auction, and I won't be painting now on canvas for several months, but I will be painting a house and creating a beautiful end result. So that's what's happening. I'll pop on weekly to kind of give you updates, and I will be sharing all the photographs through social media so that you can follow and join me on this journey to Scotland. And yesterday I found out that I could be moving out of this house in as short a time as 3 weeks. So from me deciding to do it to actually manifesting it has been shocking, really. But the next part of the journey is going to be so exciting. So I'm just going to enjoy it. And what I would say is just believe that you can manifest anything in your life, absolutely anything that you truly desire. It happens when you believe it, when you share it, and when, I know 3 weeks, and when you are ready to step into whatever the universe puts in your path as your stepping stones, because what you ask for doesn't always show up in the way that you've asked for it. Anyway, thank you for watching, all of you. Love you all, and I will update you again next week and hopefully remain calm and non-stressed. Bye for now.